Okay, hello everybody. Am I growing a mohawk? No, I'm just got a very bad widow's peak. But yeah, maybe a mohawk's the right way to go. Because, if you shave that area, wouldn't notice that I'm just balding around here, unfortunately. Maybe that's an idea I should take on. Hello, welcome to the Voices of Wrestling quiz night. Quiz will actually start in the half hour, but just for the few people who might be here a bit early, and go full Road Warrior Hawk, maybe. Um, it's very loud. For those, what am I talking about? Yeah, so this week we're going to be going with a different format to what we've been doing the last few weeks. So it's again part of the World's Hardest Quiz Determination League. Liam won the A block, Adam won the B block, John won the C block last week. They're all safe into the semi-finals. We've got one slot left in the semi-finals, and that's what we're going to be finding out tonight. We've got the Battle Royal. Now, the Battle Royal is going to be a six-person competition. Lee's already qualified from coming second in the A block. Connor's qualified for the Battle Royal for coming second in the B block. Andy, second in the C block. Kelly, on our initial kind of pilot episode with the amazing comeback versus Garrett, also qualified into the Battle Royal. So we've got 4 participants already in there. They'll be taking part in kind of the bulk of the show, definitely. So there's 2 spots left. That'll go to the 2 winners of the crowd call. So we're going to do 2 crowd calls this week. They both will be in the Battle Royal. Then you've got 6 people. Whoever wins the Battle Royal, which I'll explain when we actually get to it, will claim the last slot in the semi-finals. Amazing comeback indeed. Bad luck, Garrett. So yes, I am going to be, as usual, keeping an eye on both the Discord chat and the Twitch chat. So if you have any questions or anything, I'll always be keeping an eye on that. Wow, you'd think 5 weeks in I'd be better at this preamble, but I'm not. What else do I want? Oh yes, if you want to participate, you do need to be a part of the Voice of Wrestling Discord, because that's where I take the winners of the crowd calls, which are 2 chances to qualify for today. We'll be doing that at the start. There's a link to the Voice of Wrestling Discord down below. There's a big icon. You click on the icon, and it will take you to. I think it takes you to a web page that gives you an invite, something like that. It's fairly self-explanatory. What else do I need to cover? Probably not a lot. Hmm. I'll explain how the crowd calls work in case there's some new people. So basically, the way we're going to do the crowd calls are I'm going to read out a question, and the first person to answer it correctly in the Discord chat wins, and that means they'll then get to participate, as you can see here. You're only allowed 1 guess, so you can't just spam names. If no one gets it after my first round, I'll say, okay, you can have a second guess now. But yeah, don't. If you do spam several names, I'm only going to accept the first one. Good question. Can anyone who's already qualified for the Battle Royal enter the crowd call? They cannot, because the whole point of the crowd call is to get into the Battle Royal, and it's set up for 6 people, so it wouldn't make sense for you to have 2 entrances. Also, if you're one of the 3 people who won a block and you're already in the semi-final, you can't participate this week because you can't be in the semi-final twice. Unlike our past few weeks, the actual battle royal is not going to be on one topic. It's going to be on a whole range of topics. I've tried to cover pretty much all of the wrestling world, more or less. Obviously, there's wrestling world so vast that it's going to be somewhat limited. But the questions range from, I've got lucha, I've got European, I've got old school territory stuff, I've got 90s US stuff, I've got modern US stuff, I've got a load of Puro stuff. I don't think I've got any Australian stuff, but we'll see. I'm not 100% sure. Is Josh Bowden one of the topics? I don't want to tip my hat, but maybe? No, don't think so. And as a result of it being like, instead of in theory being like a specialist subject that you get to go on due to the crowd call, because it's on such a wide range of topics, the difficulty level, I've tried to make it a bit easier this time. It is half past, so I will quickly explain again the rules in case we've just got people joining now. Welcome everybody to the Voice of Wrestling Quiz Night. Thank you for joining us. We're right in the middle of our World's Hardest Quiz Determination League tournament at the moment, and this is your last chance to qualify for the semi-finals. So far to this point, we've had our 3 blocks plays. Liam, Adam, and John are all through to the semi-finals. This is the last chance to get that 4th semi-final spot. We're going to be doing that through a battle royal system, which I'll explain when we get to it. The way there's still 2 spots left in the battle royal, and we're going to be doing that now through the form of a crowd call. Now, if you haven't watched before, the way a crowd call works is, if you're in the Discord, you can participate, and you can get a chance to participate throughout the whole show by winning the crowd call. Basically, I'll ask a question, and the first person to answer it correctly in the Discord wins. Basically, nice and simple. You're only allowed 1 answer per crowd call, so don't just spam names. I'll only accept your first answer. Yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, and if you do find yourself, it seems like other people are answering ahead of you, it's likely because your Twitch stream's got a bit behind, so it's occasionally worth refreshing the stream. But because we're doing the crowd calls up front, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, so if your fingers are all ready, it's time for the first crowd call. Now, this is kind of going to be an informal unmask your wrestler thing. So, and again, you can't participate if your name is Liam, Adam, John, or Kelly, or Lee, or Connor, or Andy, because you're all either already in the semis or already in the Battle Royal. But everyone else, it's open to you. Okay, so the first question for the crowd call is, under their current names, as in the current names of the tournament, not the wrestler, only one wrestler has ever won the G1 Climax and the Royal Rumble. Who was it? That's under their current names, only one wrestler has ever won the G1 Climax and the Royal Rumble. Who was it? Alan 4L, straight in there with the right answer. Shinsuke Nakamura, nice and easy one. He is through to the Battle Royal. Unlucky everyone else who just missed out. Alan was quick on the fingers, quick on the typing. So, Alan, I will get to you in a sec after I've done the second crowd call. Now, this is your last chance to participate in the tournament. This one is going to be a bit more of a vague one, and if you've watched past episodes, it's going to be kind of a free clue version of Unmask the Wrestler. So while the first clue might, in theory, be a whole range of wrestlers, after you've heard more and more clues, there's a chance. Well, after you've heard more and more clues, it will narrow down. It can only be one by the end. Now, everyone can have one guess after each clue. So if you get it, I'll read the first clue. I'll wait for some answers. If no one gets it, I'll read the second clue, etc., etc., etc. Okay, first clue. I am an active wrestler trained by Dick Togo. I'm an active wrestler trained by Dick Togo. It's not Josh Bowden. Okay, we're not getting a lot of guesses. Oh no, coming through now. And we have ourselves a winner. They've completely guessed it before the second um the second clue. Philip, well done. It was indeed Daisuke Sasaki that I was looking for. The second clue was going to be I won a hair versus hair match in 2017, and the third was going to be I'm a reigning champion as we speak in DDT. But you got it straight away from the Dick Togo. So we have our two other participants through to the Battle Royal. So I am just going to briefly message them, and because I need to get them into a different channel for this to all work. Okay. So be right back. Philip, I've sent you a direct message, so if you could click on that, that'd be great. Okay, we're good. Everybody is now in the rooms that they need to be in. So, time for the actual Battle Royal segment. We now have our 6 participants, Lee, Connor, Andy, Kelly, the infamous Alan Forel, and Philip. And one of them will be our 4th semi-finalist of our tournament. So, this is how the Battle Royal is going to work. I've got a whole bunch of questions. How many do I have? I've got 30 written down and some reserved ones that I haven't actually printed if it gets to it. And every person in the Battle Royal is going to be answering every question. Now, unlike in past episodes, I haven't got everyone on the mic because having, 7 people all at once would be a bit of a disaster. We'd all be talking over each other and my internet would probably break for a start. So it's going to be working via text. I've all got them in a Discord channel. Hopefully they don't say any naughty words. I'm not sure I trust Kelly, but we'll see. And basically, the way it's going to work, every participant answers every question. Question cover the entirety of wrestling, with the aim being that the general level is going to be a little bit lower in difficulty than in past weeks, where it's kind of a specialized subject. Everybody has 5 lives each, which, if I can just bring that up, here we go. I just need to change some names. That needs to change to Alan, and this will be Philip. And as you can see, you all have 5 lives. If you go from 5 lives to 0 lives, you are thrown out of the ring, you're out of the Battle Royal. Last person remaining in the Battle Royal wins, moves on in the tournament. Now, the way it's going to work, if everybody gets the question right when I ask it in the chat, then the first person to correctly answer chooses an opponent, so one of the other people still in the Battle Royal, to lose a life. If some players get the question right, the last but not all of them, the last person to answer incorrectly will lose a life. And then if nobody gets the question right, nobody loses a life. Now, unlike in most quizzes, copying other people's answers is not only allowed, but it's actually part of this game. Because of the way these rules here work, basically, it creates an incentive to answer quickly if you think you know it, because if you're the person who answers first correctly, you have no chance of losing a life, and you get to choose who loses a life. But if you don't know it, maybe you can hang back a little and get the answer off someone else. But if you're the last person to get it wrong and you copy incorrectly, then you're going to lose life that way. Hopefully that all makes sense. Oh, and I'll just reiterate, it's worth refreshing the stream if it seems like you're getting behind and other people are answering ahead of you, even though you think you're answering almost immediately, because sometimes Twitch can get a bit behind. Hopefully that all makes sense. Let me just bring up the chat in case the people playing have any questions. I should add, oh, that's not gone right. Why is it all white at the bottom? That's annoying. There we go. Okay, so we have Alan. This is Alan Forel. Comic Geek Kelly. That's Kelly. Philip is Philip, as you would expect. Lee is Lee. Squid Lad is Connor, I believe. I won't be answering. I'm just running the quiz. And then Trilly Robinson is indeed Andy. So, is everybody ready who is participating? If you could all stick a yes in this chat, that would be tremendous. Oh, Lee is not ready. Lee is now ready. Okay, let's get started then. I will say, hopefully the delay isn't too much of a problem, but if it does end up being too much of a problem, I've got a backup, but hopefully shouldn't be needed. Okay, first question, and I will still be keeping an eye on the regular chat to give props to people who are answering correctly. Based on the complexity of the rules, I should have called it King of the Mountain. That's a good shout, actually. It's a good shout. Maybe the reverse battle royal. Okay, first question. Which two promotions were involved in the Super Summer Wars show, which saw Koki Kitahara defeat Masahito Kakihara and Genichiro Tenryu defeat Yoji Anjo? Again, that's which two promotions were involved in the Super Summer Wars show, which saw Koki Kitahara defeat Masahito Kakihara and Genichiro Tenryu defeat Yoji Anjo? Boom, Alan straight in there with the correct answer. I should probably wait for everyone else to answer before I say it's correct, but since everybody, we have 5 answers, 1 left. There we go. So everyone, I'm going to assume in Alan's panic to get first, he mistyped, but I'm going to give him that one. It was indeed UWFI and War. So Alan, you get to pick somebody to lose a life. Who do you want to take down immediately? Well, you got to be mean. I'm sorry, Alan. This is the way it works. Who do you respect the most is the way you can spin it. Lee, because of the Jets jersey he once had the gall to wear around me. Okay, Lee is down to 4 lives. There we go. Okay, so, second question. Which wrestler became Tiger Mask free in the early 90s? That's again, which wrestler became Tiger Mask free in the early 90s? Or the third Tiger Mask, I should say. 4, 5, 6. There's 6 answers. So it was indeed Koji Kanemoto. So as we had one person answering incorrectly, Andy is down to 4. Next question. What was the title of the show on which Katsuyori Shibata had his final match? Or final to this point, depending on your viewpoint, I guess. Again, what was the title of the show on which Katsuyori Shibata had his final match? One, two, three, four, five, 6. Yep. Andy, it was indeed Sakura Genesis, so who would you like to see lose a point? Alan, it's down to 4. It's been seen as an intelligent answerer. Knocked down immediately. Question 4. The Alliance to End Hulkamania was a mega stable formed from which 2 stables? Again, that's the Alliance to End Hulkamania was a mega stable formed from which 2 stables? It's a lot of typing. Jung-won of Doom. Unfortunately, Connor, you're out on your own there. You're not correct. Although, I guess maybe on a technicality, the Faces of Fear were a part of the Dungeon of Doom, which were a part of the... But no, I'm not going to give you that one. I'm going to be cruel. So, Connor, you have dropped down a life. It was indeed the Horseman, along with the Dungeon of Doom. Question 5. What was the title given to WCCW's Supercards, held in either Fort Worth or Dallas that were generally held on public holidays? Six of the same answer, six of the same correct answer. It was indeed Star Wars. Andy, who would you like to see lose a life? Did I take a life off Connor last time, or did I miss that? I'm sure the chat can tell me. Wrestling Star Wars, to be a bit more precise. That is indeed true, Jamie. Did I take a life off Connor last time? Well, I can just count. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions, and there are indeed 5 lives lost. So I did. Okay, so question 6. What was the name of WWE's 2012 video game? The game that followed the final SmackDown vs. Raw. Again, that was what was the name of WWE's 2012 video game? The game that followed SmackDown vs. Raw. One more answer. Alan's a bit slow to answer this one. Oh, and I can tell you, we've got two different answers here. We've got WWE 12 and WWE 2K12. I'm going to count Lee in with that bucket. It was, in fact, WWE 12. It took them a few years before they actually got to the 2K section. So, as the last person to incorrectly answer, Alan drops down a life. Okay, question 7. Maybe something a bit more in Alan's wheelhouse. What was the heel stable that lost in the main event of the first Toryumon Japan show? Again, which heel stable lost in the main event of the first Toryumon Japan show? It was indeed Crazy Max, and everybody has answered the same. So, Alan, your pick of who to drop drop a life down off. Philip, you're brought down from the full 5. You're not going to be making a perfect run. Okay. Speeding through these. Maybe I've misestimated how long this is going to take, but learning experience. Question 8. When Jay Lethal and Xavier Woods teamed together in TNA, what was their tag team name? I know we've got Garrett Kidney in the chat, so we'll probably love this one. When Jay Lethal and Xavier Woods teamed together in TNA, what was their tag team name? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 answers. Kelly, unfortunately, it was not Truth and Consequences. R-Truth was not a part of it. It was Jay Lethal. You've made a horrific faux pas there. Almost as bad as Alan's spelling, but I'm gonna let him get away with that one. It's been pointed out that technically WWE 12 came out in 2011, but we all know what I meant. So, Kelly, you drop yourself a point, a life. You are edging towards elimination slowly. Consequences, indeed. Question 9. Who was the original leader of Los Ingobernables? Again, who was the original leader of Los Ingobernables? Thought I might have got a few of you to get to write Rush there, but no, you're not to be fooled. It was indeed La Sombra. So, who answered first? Andy, you answered first. Who do you want to pull down? Or, I guess, get further over the top rope? We're going for a metaphor. A very bad one. Philip is down to 3. Connor and Andy and Lee all tied in the lead, but still a close race. Okay. Question 10. Who were the final ECW Tag Team Champions? Again, who were the final ECW Tag Team Champions? F. Doing Roadkill. Doing and Roadkill. Doric. Eminem. During Roadkill. So some real worried typing here. I'm indeed going to give it to F. Doing Roadkill because, you know, we can all tell what they meant. Because it was indeed Danny Doring and Roadkill. So 1, 2, incorrect here, and then 1, 2, 3, all the rest getting right answers. So, Andy, you are pushed down to 3. Question 11. What was the name of the original Puro promotion that split into All Japan and New Japan in the early 70s? And I need the full name there, not just the initials. People try to jump the gun a bit there. You're all correct. It was indeed the Japan Wrestling Association. Oh, we got some Japanese Wrestling Association. I'm gonna leave it to the regular chat. Do you think I should let them go with Japanese Wrestling Association, or should I count that as a wrong answer? Gerard's telling me to accept it. Got some nice people in the chat say here. No one else is answering my question, so I'm going to accept it. Yeah, I'm being told to accept it. So, Gerard may be a coward, but, you know, I'm a man of the people. In some ways, not in most ways. So, Andy, pick someone to lose a life. You can pick someone who got it wrong. So, or got it half wrong. There we go. Connor, lose a life. Connor is down to 3. Almost all tied, apart from Lee, who's up in first place. Question 12. Like many other Japanese companies, many of DDT's titles are prefixed with an acronym. But what does that acronym stand for? Again, like many Japanese wrestling companies, their titles are prefixed with an acronym, but what does that acronym stand for? Three answers have come in. Some people really pondering this one. One more to come. And there we go. It was not Dramatic Dream Team. Although, I guess technically it's kind of Dramatic Dream Team, but King of DDT was indeed the answer I was looking for. So, last person to incorrectly answer was Alan. You might not be happy about that one, but I think if you listen to the question, you'll get that you're not going for the promotion name. Maybe a bit harsh, maybe a bit controversial, but down to 2 lives. Maybe blame the question writer on that one. Alan is getting stressed. He's over the top rope. He's hanging on. He's being pushed. He's getting punched in the face. Not selling him. Still got 2 lives left. Question 13. Which promotion did Kenta begin his training in? Again, which promotion did Kenta begin his training in? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, it was indeed All Japan. Nobody foolish enough to write Noah there and fall into the trap. Connor, who would you like to see lose a life? Lee is brought down, and we move to everybody having 3 and Alan having 2. Okay, question 14. Which 2 wrestlers created the famous Matrix Minute in Ring of Honor's first year of existence? Again, which 2 wrestlers created the famous Matrix Minute in Ring of Honor's first year of existence? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Everybody correct. It was indeed Amazing Red and Low-Ki. So, Connor, who would you like to see lose a life? Kelly is losing a life. Down to 2. I'm thinking maybe this format needs a bit of tweaking in future, but because it does seem that everybody, by the nature of it, is going to end up almost on the same till we get towards the end, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, Leah's back. Question... How far did I get? Just on the Low-Ki and red one. So, question 15. When current Ring of Honor wrestler PCO wrestled Bret Hart at In Your House 3, what name did he go by? Again, when current Ring of Honor wrestler PCO wrestled Bret Hart at In Your House 3, what name did he go by? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it was not Quebecer Pierre, it was indeed Jean-Pierre Lafitte. So we have some incorrect answers. It was not Pierre Carl Ouellet, but it was also not Quebecer Pierre. And since Kelly answered last, down to just the 1 life. Okay, so Kelly on the brink of elimination, our first person out. Okay. I do want to give props to Gerard and Andrew Rich in the regular chat. I'm seeing a lot of correct answers from them. And other people too, but they're the 2 I've stuck in the mind so far. Okay, question 16. Yeah, Question 16. When Kenta and Marufuji won the tournament to crown the first ever GHC Junior Tag Team Champions, who did they beat in the final? Again, when Kenta and Marufuji won the tournament to crown the first ever GHC Junior Tag Team Champions, who did they beat in the final? Getting told it's a fantastic match, and as I'm going to be lenient towards Lee and his Muta Hammer, we all have correct answers. So the first person to answer correctly was Alan. Alan, who would you like to see lose a life? Gotta get your receipt on Andy. Okay. Bring him down to your level. Oh, he does not have 32 lives. He has 2 lives. Okay, so Lee and Connor in the lead together. Um, 1, 2, 3. Okay, right. So, question 17. What year did Toshiaki Kawada pick up his first singles victory over Mitsuharu Misawa? Again, what year did Toshiaki Kawada pick up his first singles victory over Mitsuharu Misawa? Everyone slammed in the 1997 immediately, but Alan is first, and you are all correct. Sorry, Connor. Yeah, that kind of has spoiled it, but you know, and to rub salt in your wounds, you lose a life as well. It's it's a very interesting way of doing the first. Well, if you're doing one that's spoiled, I won't spoil you any further on the 1997 match either. But it's an interesting way of having his first victory for him. I'll leave it at that. Question 18. Which promotion was founded by Chigusa Nagayo, which I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of, in 1995? Again, which promotion was founded by Chigusa Nagayo in 1995? We have ourselves 6 Gaias. It was indeed Gaia. Alan, who do you want to take down a peg? Getting into a bit of a roll here. Lots of first correct answers. Philip is pulled down 1 to 2. Almost all tied up again. Right. Question 19. Which BJW, so Big Japan Strong World Champion, retired while still holding the championship? Again, which BJW Strong World Champion retired while still holding the championship? Wow, clearly a lot of Shinya Ishikawa mega fans in this chat, all knowing that one, and not at all just copying Alan's answers, as I imagine. It was indeed Shinya Ishikawa. So, Alan, yet again, you were first. Lee, get down to the 2 level. Everybody on 2. This format does need reworking if we do it again. So, does slightly inevitably lend to everyone being on the same level constantly. May need a bit of working. Alan does indeed have the momentum. Getting hyped up in the chat. So put the pressure on him now. He's going to choke. Lots of Lucha questions so far. Okay, we had the one, the Sombra one. I'm not sure if I've got any others. We'll see. Okay, I do have some later on. I don't know anything about Lucha, guys. I'm sorry. Done the Shinya Ishikawa one. So question 20. Which wrestler defeated Will Ospreay for the Progress Championship? Again, which wrestler defeated Will Ospreay for the Progress Championship? One, two, three, four, five, six correct answers. I'm not going to give it to S-It-Il, but I will allow your second answer. So I'm going to give Lee the win on that one. Lee, do you want to eliminate Kelly, or do you want to push someone down to the 1? You're pushing Alan down to 1. 2 people on the brink of elimination now. 21. Who was the first Evolve champion? Again, who was the first Evolve champion? A.R. Fox indeed. So, Alan, again, no chance of you being eliminated. Who do you want to make lose life? Or potentially eliminate? Lee. Lee is down to 1 life. Question 22. The tension is rising. Who won the second ever, not the first, but the second ever New Japan Cup? Again, who won the second ever New Japan Cup? There's a pause on this one. No one wants to be answering first and getting it wrong. 2 different answers given. Five answers in, just Connor. Ooh. Now that is big. I'm seeing so many answers in the chat now that differ to the one I've got listed down that I'm just double checking it because I don't want to make a fatal mistake. But I think it's Bernard. So I think Connor has just saved Alan from elimination. New Japan Cup, just to double check. The first winner was Hiroshi Tanahashi. The second winner was Giant Bernard in 2006. So, until Connor got the question wrong, Alan was about to be eliminated, but Connor inadvertently has saved him and been the last person to incorrectly get that one. So he drops down to 1 life. We have 4 people on the verge of elimination. And Philip and Andy both relatively safe on 2 lives. Now, I'll now take this moment to give people a chance to refresh the streams, so we're all up level. the way I've done these questions is I wrote out a bunch of questions, way more than needed, and then kind of randomized the order. So the way that there's kind of been a Japanese glut that's just happened was entirely random. There were roughly the same amount of all the different major areas, although a few less Lucha because I just don't know much about Lucha, unfortunately. So that may or may not mean we may have run out of a lot of the poorer ones now. We'll see. Okay, that's given people plenty of time to refresh. Okay, question 23. What was the first match to main event a Royal Rumble pay-per-view? And I want to stress the word pay-per-view there, not the show that wasn't a pay-per-view that was the first Rumble. So, what was the first match to main event a Royal Rumble pay-per-view that wasn't a Royal Rumble match? Again, what was the first match to main event a Royal Rumble pay-per-view that wasn't a Royal Rumble match? One, two, three, four, 5 answers in. Just waiting for Connor. Okay, so we have Lee in there, jumping in first with Undertaker versus Yokozuna, and then everyone following with Hart, Undertaker. Now everybody else was right, so Lee, unfortunately, my friend, you have been eliminated from the Battle Royal. You've been thrown over the top rope by, let's say, it's one of those Big Daddy V eliminations where he's on his own and everybody, all the other 5 members, push you over the top. You go flying, and you are out. Not only of the Battle Royal, but also of the tournament, the World's Hardest Quiz Determination League. Thank you for participating, Lee, but you're gone. Do I kick him or do I ban him? Maybe I should ban him to be really severe. But in case I do one of these in the end, again, I'll just kick him. Reason for kick. Bad at quiz. Boom. Okay, so 5 people left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lives left, potentially. Question 24. What was the name of the trio of managers that formed the core of the heel side of the WWF through the 1970s and early 80s, featuring Lou Albano, the Grand Wizard, and Freddie Blassie? I realize I was waiting for a 6th answer, but I have just booted Lee. Three Wise Men. The fact that you've all answered it makes me think it's the right answer. I was just going off the WWE Encyclopedia, which says they're called the Triumvirate of Terror. But if they were firmly called the Three Wise Men as well, I'll take your word for it. I assume you guys are confident in that one. %. Okay. The WWE Encyclopedia has misled me. A book I actually own 3 of because apparently it's the go-to answer for a Christmas present people give you when they know you're into wrestling. I mean, I've owned 3 of them. 2 of them are now at charity shops somewhere around the country. Or maybe they've been bought. Who knows? Andy has been pushed to the apron. It's just Philip left on 2 lives now. We've got 4 people on the brink of elimination. Question 25. What arena was All In hosted in? Again, what arena was the show All In hosted in? Or hosted at? I guess it should technically be. One, two, three, four, 5 answers. All In. It was indeed the Sears Centre in Chicago, I believe. I haven't got that written down, so I shouldn't say it with such confidence. Kelly, do you want to eliminate someone, or would you like to pull Philip onto the apron as well? So we've got a very bad battle royal structure with 5 people all over the top rope, all on the apron, weirdly. Home of Bound for Glory 2008, apparently. Philip is also on the apron. No eliminations yet. People too kind, or maybe smart tactically. So the next question will lead to an elimination, unless everybody gets it wrong. Then it won't, but you know. Okay, we've done the Sears Centre question. Question 26. Who did Abyss face in a Monsters Ball match at Bound for Glory 2009 with Dr. Stevie as the guest referee? Again, who did Abyss face in a Monsters Ball match at Bound for Glory 2009? Nobody wants to not be first to answer here. Give them a chance at elimination if they're not first. Andy's in first. Kelly's in second with a different answer. So one of them's wrong. One of them's at risk of elimination. Just waiting on... oh no, we have 5 answers now. It was not Jeff Hardy. It was indeed Mick Foley. So Kelly, despite your impressive showing against Garrett in week 1, you're gone. TNA knowledge has again come back to bite you. Garrett has got his revenge from beyond the grave. Kelly, you're being kicked. Thanks for coming on, but you've been thrown out of the ring by, I guess again, a coalition of 4 people. Reason for kick. TNA. TNA. He's gone. 4 members left. There can be only 1 winner. Question 27. What city was the centre of the territory ran by the Owen family from 1925 to 1992? Again, what city was the centre of the territory ran by the Owen family from 1925 to 1992? As I've repeated the question, we've got 4 immediate correct answers. Again, they are all correct. Andy is fuming since that's his specialist subject, Pacific Northwest Wrestling, and Alan has snuck in ahead of him. Alan, who are you throwing out of the ring brutally? Philip. He's sized him up as the biggest threat and he's tossed him out of the ring. Philip, thanks for playing, but as I fumble around, you are booted from the game, and the reason is 4L. 3 players left. Connor, who came from coming second in our B block? Yeah, B block. Andy, who came second in our C block. Or Alan, who came through the crowd call earlier this episode, who will win potentially only 2 questions more remain. Question 28. Which promotion hosted the 1995 Super J Cup? Again, which promotion hosted the 1995 Super J Cup? It was indeed War. Alan, from being over the apron for a long time, has been winning a lot of these questions. Is he throwing out Andy or is he throwing out Connor? Decisions. He's really pondering over this one. Connor stays. Andy has taken a big boot. So we have an all-Irish final. Almost just kicked myself from the chat. Andy, again, thank you for playing. Alan's going for his nationalistic instincts. Why am I so bad at this? There we go. Kick. Thank you for playing. Ireland has defeated you. You're gone. 2 players remaining. 1 will qualify for the final, for the semi-finals, along with where is it? Here it is. Along with Liam, Adam, and John, we will have 1 American. Definitely now 2 Irish people. Brain fart. Irish, you know what I mean. 1, I believe, Australian. Not 100% sure on that one. Shout out to Sarah's patience. I'm sure she's annoyed in the corner. Stopped a Netflix show mid-episode for that. That's big commitment. Sarah, we appreciate you. Alan's clearly very lucky to have you. Not many people would accept a wrestling quiz interrupting a show. Potentially the final question, unless you both get it wrong. Which Dragon Gate stable was made up of the following roster? Shingo Takagi, Cyber Kong, Shihiro Tominaga, Super Shenlong, and Yamato. Again, I'll read those names out. Which Dragon Gate roster was made of Shingo, Cyber Kong, Shiro Takagi, Shiro Tominaga, Super Shenlong, and Yamato. Connor has admitted defeat, as it just so happened that, Dragon Gate is indeed a section of Alan's knowledge, and he has got it right. So we have ourselves a champion. Connor heard the words Dragon Gate and knew that Alan would be the victor, and indeed he is. Congratulations, Alan, and thank you very much for playing along, Connor. But Dragon Gate and Japan has been your conqueror. Japan. Alan, thanks for playing. Do you have a mic on you for a very quick winner's interview? Or if you're on your phone, we can just use that. Give me a sec. Will do. While I'm waiting, I will update this. Oh god, now I've got to spell Cunahan, and I failed at spelling Carol earlier. I'll just put 4L. I can spell 4L, I think. We have a winner. So we now have our 4 semi-finalists. We have the winner of today's episode, Alan 4L, Alan Cunahan, John Carroll winning the C block, Adam Joyce winning the B block, and Liam McCann winning the A block. One of those 4 people will be our initial champion of the Voice of Wrestling Quiz Night. They will win the World's Hardest Quiz Determination League Grand Final. 2 weeks from now, we'll have our first semi-final. 3 weeks from now, we'll have our second. One person will progress from each. It will be a grand final. That's how semi-finals work. Who will be the champion? We'll soon find out. Let's see, how's my bad stalling gone on long enough? No, it has not. Let me look in the chat and see what other people are saying. Congratulations to Alan. Liam is afraid of Alan. How do I get video? You do not need video. I don't have you set up to go to video, but if you join the voice chat at the side of Discord, I will be able to hear you. You're wearing a Sweet Moana t-shirt. Well, if you take a picture and post it in the chat, everyone will be able to see it. Not sure my internet could handle doing a video call and then streaming a video call. It's a bit dodgy at the best of times. Alan redeems himself after the 5-star match game. He does indeed. There was a lack of Noah questions. Well, there were a few Noah questions. So maybe Noah wasn't the problem. Maybe it was the pressure. Next week will indeed be Noah versus All Stars. Alan says he's unmuted himself, but he is not in the voice chat. So, Alan, on the side, like the left, it will say voice channels, general, and you just need to click on there and you'll be on a call with me. If you will. Should have organised against Alan. People are regretting not teaming up against you earlier. So, just here, just click on here, and you'll be in the call. Hello, Alan. Says I should be able to hear you, but I'm not getting any audio here. Flashing green, which I think means you're making sound. Maybe it's something wrong on my end now. It's going very well. Voice and video. Output device. That any better? Can I now hear you? It's going brilliantly. Hello, Alan? The winner's interview was clearly a mistake. So, well, if at some point I start being able to hear Alan, we'll go into that. But for the meantime, congrats to Alan for winning. He's in the semi-final. I've done all that. Next week will be Voice of Wrestling versus All Stars. I haven't actually asked people to come on that, but I will be. Sarah has tweeted me a picture. Let me bring up the picture. I've not received a tweet. Sarah, have you conned me? I've not received this tweet. Oh, she didn't tag me. Here we go. Let me bring this up. A beautiful Moana t-shirt. We've got Dwayne himself there. We've got, I do not remember the chicken's name. Or the pig's name. Don't even think it was a chicken. But yes, Moana. Good times. I like the shiny singing guy. I like Turtle Dude. He was pretty cool. Glorious. It's now saying Alan has video, but I have no audio of him. Oh, I can see Alan now. But I can't hear him. Can the stream hear him? I can see him speaking. This is something special. He's not even popping up green now, so it's saying that it can't hear him. This is very unfortunate. Alan, unfortunately, I don't think this is going to work. The tech gods have conspired against us, but congratulations. Thanks for coming on. We'll get your full victory speech when you come on for one of the semi-finals in the future. Congratulations. And goodbye, I guess. There's a picture of... Can I make this bigger? No, I can't make this bigger. I can just move it around. It looks like polar bears. It looks like polar bears. I like polar bears. And then on the left... Oh, we've got that cool lots of wrestler picture. There we go. Okay. Boom. Thanks, Alan. So, next week's going to be Voice of Wrestling vs. All Stars. I've roughly got that planned to be kind of a 3 versus 3 team game thing. Not sure who I'll have on as the All Stars, but I guess Alan, Adam, and Liam would be a good set of people if they are free next week. To go up against some sort of Voice of Wrestling team. I'll have to ask some people to see if they can come on. Maybe we'll get Joe or Rich on to test their mettle. Because on the pilot episode, Joe Lanza himself was very mocking of people's performances. So we'll see if he can put his money where his mouth is there. And then after that, the weeks following that will be the semi-finals and then eventually the final. That's more or less the end. Thanks everybody for watching. I will be hanging around in the Discord channel for a while if you have any questions. If you want to tune in next week or in future, please press the follow button, which I think is like a heart thing below the stream. That will give you notifications for when we go live. But the current plan is same time next week, same day, basically. So, and also on the not the Discord channel, the Twitch channel. That's the word. Also on the Twitch channel, there's a thing that if you click, I think it says schedule, and it will show when we're next streaming as well. And I'll try and keep that up to date. Okay, I think that's everything. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hit the follow button. It helps us out. And it gives you a notification. I have just said that. Bye. Be nice to each other.